Today's lesson is solving equations involving what? Rational expressions. Before we are try to solving equation involving rational expression, let's try to define what meant by rational function or rational expression. Rational expression indicated as a form p of x over q of x different from 0. Since any number divided by 0 is what? It is meaningless. It works for the case of what? Also polynomials. Any polynomial, that means 3x plus 1 divided by 0 is what? It is meaningless, yes? It is meaningless. To avoid such confusion, that means the denominator must be different from 0. And p of x and q of x are polynomial. If that's so, we call this is rational functions. Particularly, we say p of x over q of x and q of x different from 0. And p of x, q of x are polynomial. We call it rational functions. So, any function that means 3x minus 1 over 5x squared plus, for instance, 2x is equal to, here is 7. If you consider this one, this is what? Rational expression. Here we have what? Equal sign. So we call this is equations involving what? Rational expressions. The other example we consider here is x squared plus minus 1 over what? Here is 2x plus 2 is equal to, for instance, here is x plus 1 over what? You can consider 3x minus 2 also. Still, this one is what? Rational expression. That means rational function. This also what? Rational function. So here we have equal sign. We call these equations involving what? Rational expression or rational functions. You can consider different examples. Here is 2 over 3x minus 5 is equal to 1 over 2 also. This is also what? Equations involving rational expression. So, to solve such problems, first we restrict what? The domain of this rational function is a real number except what? The zeros of what? The denominator. Let's say q of x is equals 0. If q of x is 0, that means it becomes what? Meaningless or undefined. So, we restrict the domain of rational function as such forms. For instance, we can consider here. This is 3 over x minus 2 is equals 5. So before we are solving this problem, it restricts the domain. The domain is what? All real number except what? The zeros of the denominator. Zero of denominator, that is what? X minus 2 is equals 0, which is equal to all real number except what? The 0 is what? X is equals 2. So we can express this as forms all real number except 2. The same for the other cases. You can consider here is what? 2x minus 1 over 7x plus 5, for instance, is equal to 3 over x plus 2, for instance. What's the domain of this? Domain of this is what? This rational expression is equal to what? All real number except what? The zeros of the denominator. What's the zeros of the denominator? For this one is what? 7x plus 5 is equal to 0 means that is negative 5 or what? 7. For the case of this one, 3 over x plus 2, the zeros of the denominator, x plus 2 is what? That is negative 2. So, this is what? The domain is the set of real number except these values. So, let's try to solve different examples on this. Now, what is the solution set of the rational expression or rational function which is given as such forms? So, what's the domain of this? The domain of this is what? Domain of this rational expression is equals what? All real number except the zeros of the denominator. The zeros of x plus 1 is what? That is negative 1, yes? That is negative 1. The zeros of x squared plus x. X squared plus x means plus x is equals what? This is x into x plus 1. What the zeros? The 0 is 0 and negative 1. Here we write negative 1 at the first case. So take here is 0. So the domain of this is what? All real number except negative 1 and 0. After that, let's try to solve this problem. What is that? This is equal to what? Here is 2x minus 1 over x plus 1 is equal to what? This is 3. Take the LCM of what? The right side. That means the LCM for right side is what? X squared plus x is LCM. So, this we have 1 plus here is 3 over x squared plus x. What about this one? This is equal to what? This is 2x minus 1 over what? This is x plus 1 is equal to, take the LCM is x squared plus x divided by this one, the same value, x squared plus x. So this is 3x squared plus what? This is 3x plus, here is 3 over what? There is x squared plus x. Now Since x squared plus x is that is x times x plus 1, this implies we cancel this x plus 1 by what? This x plus 1. What remains here is what? The remaining one is what? X. So, which is equal to 2x minus 1 over 1 is equivalent to what? This is 3x squared plus 3x plus 3 over what? The whole x. Now, we can crisscross this value. This is equivalent to what? This is x into what? This is 2x minus 1 is equal to 3x squared plus what? Plus 3x plus here is 3. Solve this one. What? This is equivalent to what? 2x squared minus x equal to 3x squared plus what? This is 3x plus here is 3. Becomes what? This is 3x squared minus here is 2x squared plus 3x, that is plus x plus 3 is equal to what? This is 0. 3x squared minus 2x squared is what? That is x squared. Plus here is what? 3x plus x is what? That is 4x. Plus 3 is equal to 0. What the value of this one? This is a quadratic equation. You can solve using what? General quadratic formula, or you can apply what? Or by finding two numbers whose sum is 4 and their product is 3. The numbers are what? 3 and 1. Yes? And 1. Which is equals x squared plus 3x plus here is x plus 3 is equal to what? This is 0. For the first two terms, the common one is what? X plus 3. When you take the last two terms, their common value is what? That is 1. 1 into what? X plus 3. Which is equal to what? 0. So, we can express this as a product of what? Two factors. That means x plus 1 times what? X plus 3. Which is equal to what? 0. What the value of x? X is equal to negative 1 or what? X is equal to what? Negative 3. So, check whether these values are in our domain or not. Negative 1 is what? It is not included in our domain. So, the only solution set that we have is what? The solution set for this is equal to what? Only negative what? Negative 3. It doesn't include what? Negative 1. So, we can express its solution set like this. Or, you can solve this one by taking the LCM directly. The LCM for x plus 1 and x squared plus x is what? X squared plus x is. So, take this one. Multiply both sides by their LCM. X squared plus x. Into, here is 2x minus 1 over what? That is x plus 1 is equal to 3 plus, here is what? 3 over what? This is x squared plus x. So, when you multiply this one, this means what? X squared plus x means, which is equal to what? X times x plus 1. So, we cancel x plus 1 by x plus 1. What remains? X into 2x minus 1 is equals 3 times what? Here is what? X squared plus x. Plus 3 times x squared plus x over x squared plus x. We cancel x squared by x squared plus x by what? The same x squared plus x. What remains? The remaining one is 3. Which is equal to what? Which is equal to x times 2x is what? 2x squared. Minus x times negative 1 is what? That is minus x. Equivalent to 3 times x squared is what? That is 3x squared. Plus 3 times x is what? That is 3x. Plus the constant, that is 3. When you come to here, collect terms together. This means what? This is equals 3x squared minus 2x squared plus 3x plus what? X plus what? That is 3. Is equal to 0. Which is equal to what? Which is equal to 3x squared minus x squared is what? That is x squared. 3x plus x is what? That is 4x. Plus, here is what? 3 is equal to 0. Now, the equation is what? What we did before. We get the same equation. So, if you want, you have to apply general quadratic formula. The value for that is what? X is equals negative b plus or minus the square root of what? B squared minus 4ac. Divided by what? Divided by 2a. You have to apply this general quadratic formula. In our case, what is a? Our a is what? That is 1. B is what? Our b is what? That is 4. C is what? That is what? The constant is 3. So substitute those values into this general quadratic formula. That means negative 4 plus or minus the square root of what? The square root of b squared is what? That means 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times what? That is 3. The whole divided by what? 2 times 1. Here 1. When you come to here, what the value? This means negative 4 plus or minus the square root of what? 4 square means what? 16. 16 minus 4 times 3, that is 12. Over what? That is 2. Which is equal to? Is equals negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 minus 12 is what? The square root of that is 4. Divided by that is 2. What 1? Which is equal to negative 4. Since 4 is perfect square, we take out what? That is 2. Divided by 2. What does it imply? This implies x is equal to by 2, or what? X is equal to negative 4 plus 2 is what? That is negative 2 over 2. What does it imply? This implies that x is equals negative 3, or x is equals what? That is negative 1. Similarly, let us consider the next example. It says that 2 over x minus 1 plus 4 over x is equals what? 6 over x minus 2. In this case, you have to take what? The domain. How can you find the domain of this? The domain is what? All real number except what? The zeros of the denominator. X minus 1. The zeros of x minus 1 is what? That is 1. The zeros of x, 0. The zeros of x minus 2, that is 2, yes? So, we express as the form 0, 1, 2. So, the solution for this one can be what? Except of 0, 1, and 2. Excluding what? 0 and 1, 2. So, what's the LCM this one? You know that in case of 1 over 3 plus, for instance, 1 over 2 is equal to, for instance, 1 over 7. You see? All are what? 3 is this is prime, 2 is prime, 7 is prime. That means the LCM of them is what? The product of what? Them. LCM of this is equals what? That is 2 times 3 times what? That is 7. Which is equals what? 42. The same for the case of this one. The LCM of this is what? The product of them. Is that so? That means x times what? This is x minus 1 times what? X minus 2. This is LCM. So we multiply both sides by this LCM. That means 2 over what? X minus 1 plus, it is 4 over x is equal to 6 over what? X minus 2, as we did before. Here we have. What for? Multiply this one. Each 3 terms, well, multiply each by what? This LCM. When multiply the first one, this one, by this, we cancel x minus 1 by x minus 1. What remains? The remaining is what? X times x minus 2. So, this is equal to what? 2x into x minus 2. Plus, the second one, 4 times what? Multiply, divide by x. That remains what? This is what? X minus 1 times what? X minus 2. Is equal to 6 times what? We cancel x minus 2 by x minus 2. What remains? X into x minus what? 1. Take the product of this. 2x times x minus 2, that means what? 2x squared. 2x minus 2 is what? That is what? Minus 4x. Plus 4 times this one. 4 times x is what? That is x squared. Minus x times 2, that is what? Negative 2x. Plus minus 1 times x is what? Minus x. Minus 1 times minus 2, that is plus 2. It's equal to, this is 6x minus what? 6x squared, yes? X times x, x squared. So 6 times x squared, 6x squared, minus, here is 6x. When you come to here, 2x squared, here is 2x squared, minus, that is 4x, plus 4x squared, yes? 4 times x squared, 4x squared, minus 4 times 2 is what? That is minus 2, minus x is what? Minus 3. So 4 times minus 3, that is 12x. 4 times 2 is that? That is 8. Which is equals 6x squared minus what? That is 6x. You know that 2x squared plus 4x squared is that? That is 6x squared. Minus 4x plus minus 12x is what? That is minus 16x. Plus here is what? 8. Take this one to the left side. This means what? Minus 6 squared minus 6 becomes what? That is plus what? 6x, since it is positive when take to the other side. So what we have? 6x squared minus This is 6x squared, that is 0. Minus 16x plus 6x is what? That is negative 10x. Plus, here is 8 is equal to 0. So, what the value of this? This is minus 10x is equal to what? Negative 8. What is x? X is equal to negative 8 divided by what? Negative 10. This means what? Negative cancel by negative. By 2, this one is what? 4. This is by 2 becomes what? That is 5. So, the solution set for this problem implies what? That means the set consists for over what? 5. Let's consider the next example. What says that x squared plus x plus 3 over x plus 3 plus 3x over x squared plus 5x plus 6 is equals to x over x plus 3. As we did before, first we restrict what? The domain of this. What the domain? The domain must be what? That means it is different from what? The zeros of the denominator. We are familiar that x squared plus here is 5x plus 6 means what? This means x squared plus what? This is 3x plus here is 2x plus 6s. Here what? This is equal 0 means this is equal 0. What does imply? This is what is common for both. X is common for this one. X plus 3s plus what about this? Here is 2 is common. X plus 3 is equal to what? This is 0. What's that? This means what? X plus 2 times what? This is x plus what? 3 is equals what? That is 0. What value of x? X is equal to negative 2 or x is equals what? That is negative 3. So this is factorized as a forms what? X plus 2 and x plus 3. So this is what? As a factor of this one. We can express as forms x plus 2 times x plus 3. This is equal to what? This means what? X squared over what? This is x plus 3 plus here is 3x over what? This is x plus 2 times what? X plus 3. Which is equal to what? This is equal to 2x over what? X plus 3. Here we have. If that's so, you know that the LCM is what? X plus 2 times what? X plus 3. So we multiply both sides by the same LCM. That means here is x plus 2 times x plus 3 times the whole terms. That means x squared over what? This is x plus 3 plus here is 3x over what? This is x plus 2 times x plus 3, which is equal to what? Here is 2x over what? Here is 2x over x plus what? That is 3. We multiply this one by the LCM. When we multiply this one, now the first case it is x plus 3 cancelled by x plus 3. What remains? The remaining one is what? X squared into x plus what? That is 2. Plus, at the second case, here is what? The LCM is equal to what? The denominator of this function, this rational expression. So, what remains? That we have what? 3x, which is equals, in case of x plus 3, here is the denominator divided by x plus 3. This becomes what? X plus 2. So, this is 2x into what? X plus, that is 2. Here we have. Then find the product of each. That means x squared times x is what? That is x cubed. Plus 2 times x squared, that is 2x squared. Here is plus is 3x is equal to 2x times x is what? That is 2x squared. Plus 2 times 2x is what? That is 4x. We can consider this one. When you come to here, 2x squared on this side, here we have what? 2x squared. So we cancel with each other. They cancelled with each other. Yes? Here they are equal in opposite side. So what remains? The remaining one is what? X cubed plus here is 3x minus 4x is equal to 0. What does it imply? This implies what? X cubed 3x minus 4x is what? Minus x is equal to 0. This implies that x into x squared minus 1 is equal to what? That is 0. After that, what the value of this x? This implies x is equal to 0 or x squared is equal to what? 1. This implies what? This means what? This implies the value of x is equal to what? That is 0 or x is equal to what? That is plus or minus what? 1. So the solution set for this problem is what? This rational expression is equal to what? Negative 1 0 and 1. We can take them as it is. Why? We take them since in case of the domain, we restricted that the domain is what? All real number except what? -2 and -3. So these values are different from -1 and -3, so we can take them as it is. Now let us consider the next example. It says that if 3x squared plus 1 over 3x plus 6 is equals x squared over x plus 2 minus 3, then what the value of this one? We asked this one. But to calculate or to find the value of this one, first we'll try to solve what? This rational expression. So to solve this one, what's that? What the domain of that? The domain is what? Restricted as follows. All real number except what? That is -2. Here we are. So solve this one. What's the LCM of this? This is what? This 3x plus 6 means what? This is 3 common. That means x plus 2. So the LCM for both is what? X plus 2. That means 3 times x plus 2. So this is what? 3 into x plus 2 in the whole. This is what? 3x squared plus 1 over what? Over this is 3x plus 6 is equal to x squared over x plus 2. Here is -3. Here one. When you multiply this one, the first one it cancelled. That means 3x plus 6 means what? 3 times x plus 2. So we cancel this one. What remains at the first case? Here we have 3x squared plus what? Here is 1. Is equal to at the right side. This we cancel x plus 2 by x plus 2. What remains? 3. So this is 3x squared for the first one. For the second, here is 1. Take it as it is. This is what? -3 times what? This is 3 into x plus what? 2. Here one. When you come to here, which is that equivalent to 3x squared plus 1 is equal to, here is what? 3x squared. 3 times 3 is what? 9. So 9 times x, this is -9x. -3 times 3, that is 9. 9 times 2 is what? That is -18. Here one. Now collect like terms. This implies what? This implies 3x squared minus 3x squared plus what? 9x is equal to, let's take -18 minus what? Here is -1. Take the constant to the right side. What remains? 3x squared minus 3x squared, that is 0. What remains? Here is what? 9x, which is equal to what? -19. What the value of x? X is equal to -19 over what? That is over 9. Here what? The value of x is this one. If after finding the value of x, we can substitute or insert what? Here. That means 1 over 9x plus 1 is equal to what? 1 over, which is equals 1 over 9 into, the value of x is what? -19 over what? That is 9. Plus, here is 1. Which is equal to 1 over what? We cancel 9 by 9. What remains? -19 plus what? Here is 1. Which is equal to 1 over what? -19 plus 1 is what? Negative what? 80.